Yep.
Okay, here we go. Summer school week 4. Welcome everyone. I'm very, very excited. Got lots of great information and stuff for you tonight. Again, mark your calendar for July 9th. We'll start at 4 o'clock and it will go, I'm thinking 8 o'clock because we're gonna eat. We're gonna do awards. We're gonna have the auction and visit a little bit. So plan till 8. If we finish earlier, that's great. But plan on till about 8 o'clock. And so also July 15th is your preferred customer deadline. So make sure and mark your calendar for that. Don't miss out. So real quick, who can share with Caroline, who's brand new? Welcome, Caroline. Everybody say hey. Brand new consultant, super excited. Got to meet with her. She's got some big goals and she's already had her first facial last night and super, super excited. And she's going to already have her first team member, or do you already have your first team member? She already has her first team member, and she wants to be in her red jacket before the end of the month. So she is working really hard to do that. So congratulations to Caroline. So I think she needs $1 for our auction. So brand new consultant and brand new team member.
Oh my goodness.
So very, very exciting. And already had her first face.
Oh my.
Yay! So excited. Give her a big hand. Yay, Caroline. Awesome. Okay, so registered for seminar. Who's going to seminar? Carol. Yay! Auction button for Carol and Terry. Why on earth would you want to be at a seminar?
Get excited, get motivated.
Okay, get excited, get motivated. What happens there?
You see the big picture.
You see the big picture. It's the big picture of Mary Kay. So totally, totally worth the investment to be there and what you'll gain back in your business. So preferred customer, July 15th. Don't forget, who can really quickly share with Caroline why you would want to do the preferred customer? What is the preferred customer? What gets sent to your customers? And even I was brand new when the first mailing was going out, and so my director told me, put everybody that you put on your Christmas card list. People that you haven't facialed yet, but you know you're going to. People that you want to facial, but you haven't yet, put them on there. And what happens is for 75 cents, you can mail out, Carol, hold it up. You can have a book mailed to those people for 75 cents. In that book, they also put a sample of something new that's coming that you don't have to pay for. It's included.
There's not one in there, but
yeah, it's included in that cost. Also on the back of it, it says hello, whoever their name is, and it says a great little message, and it has your name and phone number. So it looks like it comes from you, but the company sends it out for you. If you go to mail a lookbook yourself, it will cost you over $1 per book, and it does not have a sample in it. So the preferred customer, you do not ever want to miss. Carol, have you ever missed a preferred customer?
just once.
And do you ever want to miss a preferred customer
No.
ever again? No. It is such a great way to keep in contact with your customers on a quarterly basis. And so, you know, it gives you a reason to call them every 3rd month. And so it's fantastic. Terry, you've been in the business a long time. What have you seen with preferred customer with your business?
You know what? It's amazing. Every time they get it, that's when I get an influx of orders. As soon as it hits because I think Mary Kay sends an email saying they've been shipped out. The next week I'll start getting.
Usually we get one too, right?
Yeah,
I think so. We get one
Yeah.
right before they're going to start getting one, and so you pretty much know when they're going to be getting there. So I encourage you to mark that on your calendar, put it in your phone, do an alert for yourself. Don't do it July 15th because you know you don't want to wait. And sometimes there've been a couple of times that I know people who've waited till the last day, they didn't have samples in their books. So you really don't want to wait. You want to start doing that now, and you do that on In Touch under My Customers is where you go and you start putting your people and their names. Okay. The last thing is seminar registration. The last day to register for seminar is June 30th. And so that is the deadline. Qualified for 4 quarters to go to Gillies. Yay, Carol! Woohoo! Terry, are you going to the party?
No.
Well, okay, darn it. Okay, so Carol is qualified to go to the party, and she's working towards getting qualified to be able to go to the Red Jacket Rally. which is going to be very exciting as well. Okay, we are going to get started. So your 21-day book, 4th week, we are on week 4, and I have to give Carol and Terry huge kudos because they have been in attendance to meeting every single week. And did you catch up with the week that you were gone?
I haven't done my homework.
I got to give kudos to Caroline because even though she is brand new consultant, she went back and she watched all 3 videos and is caught up to tonight.
Caroline.
Woo! And when you complete all 12 weeks,
Something on her nose.
I know she's getting lots of bucks. So, and so
She looked like.
through week 12, what happens when you come and you attend all 12 weeks and you complete summer school? What are the perks? What do you get at the end of summer school?
Some super secret thing.
Some super secret senior sneak, and
The class.
class ring. Yes, class ring. So you do not want to miss out. Catching up, and I've sent out an email, and I've let people know that they can catch up by watching the videos, but they have to do an extra challenge from me if they haven't been in attendance. And those who are in attendance every week is going to get something extra special from me as well. And so Terry and Carol, you will be qualifying for that. And we'll have to figure out what you get to do, which I know you're willing to do. Okay, so first of all, let's review very quickly. First, we talked about names. How many of you got your list of names? You've got your sheets of people to call, and you're working on getting names up to how many?
150.
You want to work towards getting up to 150 names. Okay, after that, what do you need to have to be able to schedule appointments?
Your calendar.
Got to have your calendar. And how many months out really do you want to have? I mean, you really need at least 3 months, but how far out have I recommended that you get to?
Well, you recommended a year.
Yeah.
I have 6.
Okay, 6 months is great, but I really, if you can get out a year, and of course you're going to have to alter that a little bit as things change or things come up. You're going to have to put new things on there, but they probably already have this. They've got the school calendar out. They've got those things out that you can put on your calendar. If you're going on vacation, you can put that on your calendar because you're having to bid for vacation, or you pretty much know when your vacation is, usually by the end of summer for the next year, right? Maybe some of you may not, but up to a year's worth of your calendar ready. Then after that, you need to make your calls. And when you get on the phone and you have your schedule and calendar planned out, Mary Kay says if you fail to plan, you plan to
Fail.
So if you have your calendar and you have it ready and you have your times that you can work your business, when you get on the phone, you know and can give a woman two choices. Because when we give a woman 2 choices, like we worked on last week, she can make up her mind, right? But if you don't give her 2 choices of when you can hold appointments, she will have no idea. So it just makes it easier. So last week we worked on a lot on our scripts. How many of you feel very comfortable? How many of you worked on that at all this week? Nobody? Oh
We did.
my
Raise your
goodness.
hand.
Okay.
Oh, no, we did.
Caroline.
Caroline, I think she needs another auction book.
Yes, she
Caroline. Oh my goodness. Good job, girl. I'm so proud of you. Woo! So good, because if you don't practice what we work on, it's not going to solidify in your brain. Okay, so it's really important that what we practice and what we learn and what we talk about, that you practice and that you work on. Okay, so getting on the phone, making those phone calls, and quite honestly, I love it when they don't answer. And then I followed up with that text message, and that's fantastic. Okay, the next thing that we're going to talk about, and we talked a little bit about it last week, is coaching. And there is a section on coaching, and I want you to turn to that section that is in your book. When you printed off those papers, there is a section on coaching. Okay, so we're going to turn to that right now. We talked a little bit about coaching last week, the importance of coaching, why it is that you want a free profile, why it is that you want to coach your party. Anything worth booking is worth. Yeah, because if you don't coach your party, Is it gonna hold?
No.
Chances are it is not going to. If it does, it will be a miracle. Okay, if it does, so if you spend the time to book that party or that appointment, you need to spend the time to coach it. So first of all, you need to figure out your hostess program. You need to figure out what are you excited about as far as a hostess program. So let's go around the room and tell me what it is that you excites you. If you were going to be the hostess and you were going to be the one that I called or that was going to hold the appointment, what would excite you, Terry, to get you to call your friends, to make a list, to do the things that as your consultant, I'm going to ask you to do? What would motivate you enough to do that?
I don't know that that's a good question. I don't think there's enough to motivate me to a party.
Okay?
Honestly, really.
Because you don't like to have parties.
I don't like to have
So
parties.
you would do a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
There are people out there that do not want to have parties. So she would be one that I would invite on a Tuesday night. Why would I invite her on a Tuesday night?
Using your time
Because you're already here.
I'm already here
smart.
and I'm going to utilize my time smart because I'm here working. We need models for Tuesday night. And if I have 5 people who don't want to have parties, but I invite all 5 of those people on a Tuesday night, I have now created my own party. Okay? Carol, what would motivate you? What?
Free stuff.
Free stuff. Yeah, free product. Free product. Free product. Okay. So you need to figure out free product. $50 worth of free product, half price. Or for me, I like $10 per person, no limit. Because if they have no limit, now as a brand new consultant, that's something that you're going to have to kind of tweak. You're going to have to kind of figure out, Amy, and you can talk about that. So as a brand new consultant, sometimes I don't recommend doing that because you're just learning. So if you have somebody who has 10 people there and you give $100 worth of product and you're not experienced enough to have a great party, you're going to give $100 worth of free product away, cost you $50, and you may not sell anything. Does that make sense?
$5 per person.
You could do $5 per person, or you could do half off if they have 5 people.
And half off, they love half
They love
off.
half off. And
And then you're
Or
not
the
out anything,
75
and
for
they can get
35.
however
That's
much they
a good one,
want.
too.
75 for 35 is great. Sometimes that's hard for people to figure out. Half off, they know they're going to get half off whatever they order. So if they order $100 and get half off, that's $50 off. That's $50 free if they have 5 people there. And they love it.
Lose anything.
You don't lose anything because it costs you 50% to get the product. So you are not out a dime. So you need to figure out, depending on your circumstances, where you're at in your business, what is it that's going to work for you, for your business? What excites you? Why would you hold a party? And what it is that is going to, because when you are excited about it, when you get on the phone and you talk to your potential hostess about that, do you think it comes across in your voice? Absolutely. If you're not excited about it, it does not come across in your voice, okay? So big, big deal that you love your hostess program. Okay, so the next thing is getting the guest list. We talked about getting the guest list, or also you can do a text script, and it's in here. So if you turn, okay. So if you turn to your scripting, in your inviting scripting, yeah, it's in the other one too. Down where it says text for hostess to forward to guests, okay? So down on, it's the 5th one down under inviting script. So go back. No, it's on that. Keep going.
We might be in this book out.
It's in the coaching part.
Okay. Then I'm wrong.
It's in the coaching part.
Sorry.
That's okay. I want you to find it because it's important that you are able to look at it and see what we're talking about. So in the coaching part, when you get to inviting scripts, if you go to the 5th one down where it says text for hostess to forward to guest, this is the script. And so who would like to read that? Carol, will you do that? Okay.
It says, hey friend, I'm super excited. I was gifted a pampering package for myself and 5 of my friends from Mary Kay on
Whatever date
June
you said.
29th.
Perfect.
You know how much I love you, so you're one of my 5 that I selected. Part of my package was that you get a customized swag bag with some fun products in it. Can you text my consultant, Carol Taylor, with your RSVP, and she'll make sure she customizes your swag bag with products you'll love.
Okay, so this text right here is the text message that you're going to type to your hostess for her to send to her friends. From that, they're going to text you back. Come on in. They're going to text you back their phone number, right? Their information, so that you can find out, so that you can contact them to find out what they want in their swag bag. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the script that you're going to send to her. Then the next thing that you're going to do is, okay, so go over the hostess, go over the hostess plan with your person. So first of all, you do the hostess program, figure out what she wants. Then you're going to go over the hostess plan with her. You're going to tell her, hey, I'm going to do $10 per person. And then find out what she wants. Get her excited about what she wants. Because if she's excited about what she wants and the potential of getting all this free stuff, then she is going to be your business partner. So then the guest list, or sending out this, because, and what I would recommend is I would have her and say you might even add this to it and say, hey, you make a list of all the people that you send it to, name and phone number, so that when they text you back, you can make a check on that list of who texted you back. Then the ones that don't text you back, you can then follow up with. And there is a script in here as well for you to send to the people that don't send anything back to you. Okay? So that way you are contacting everybody on her list. And the ones that did, you're contacting the ones that did not contact you back. The ones that contact you back, you are going to send them a picture of the swag bag, okay? And so you're going to do the pre-profiling with that person, okay? Terry, so on pre-profiling script, which is in your under coaching as well, let's start at the top. And there's a couple of the things on here that I'm not going to do. So when they text you back, you need to find out a little bit about their skin, right? And you need to let them know that you're going to have a swag bag ready for them, and so you're going to contact them back. So it's in the coaching. A couple pages later, it says pre-profiling. Do you see it? Okay. So Terry, start with the first one.
Hi, Shirley is doing a fun skincare party on June 29th at my house, and wanted me to invite you to join her. I have a few quick questions about your skin and want to put in your customized swag bag when you start a meeting.
And then you do. So
Say that again?
I have a few quick questions about your skin and what to put in your swag bag. When you have a minute, let's see. When you have a minute, and then your Carol's Mary Kay girl. So do you know where we're at? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. So then the second one, I am not going to ask her if she has sensitivity issues. I'm not even going to ask that. Then the second one, after she is, what type of skin do you have? Do you have dry, normal, combination, or oily? Okay. So when she gets back with you, then you're going to ask her that. Then, when she texts you back, you're going to say, great, I'm so excited to meet you in person. We will start on time at whatever the time is of the party. Then we'll have an on-time drawing. And if you bring a friend who is 21 years of old or older and married, you don't even have to say that, who's 21 years or older and does not have a current Mary Kay consultant, is what I would say, you will get a free eyeshadow, or you'll get a free gift from me. Or I'll put an extra goodie in your swag bag, okay? And then, do you need directions? So this is a series of text messages to that person, okay? So when they contact you back, then you're going to send the next text. Then when they contact you back, you're going to send the next text. And so if she says no, then you say, oh, that's okay. Carol is has 5 pampering sessions or pamper packages reserved for those who can't make it. So those who tell you they can't come, guess what? You're going to try to book them. You're going the next avenue of, hey, I'm going to try to book that person for an individual facial. So how you do that is, that's okay. Carol has 5 pampering packages reserved for those who can't make it. It includes a $25 gift card. To me is a little bit much. So you can do anywhere from like 10 to 20, whatever you decide. It's your business. You can decide what it is that you want. It includes a $10 gift card and pamper session. I can totally squeeze you in for a separate appointment in the next 2 weeks. It's free and will take under an hour. What might be the best for you? Morning or evening? 2 choices, right? So do you see how you are working every single avenue that you can? So if she's sending out these text messages to 15, 25 people in her phone, okay? As she does that, she's making a list with name and phone number of those people that she's sending that text message to. And you're gonna let her know, I need you to take a picture of that and just send it to me so that when they get back with me, I can mark who's coming, okay? So then when they text you and you have their phone number, then you're gonna text them a picture. Okay, so the next thing is when you're confirming. So if they text you and you're confirming that guest, you say, hi, Terry, this is Kendall with Mary Kay, just checking in to make sure that you're excited about Carol's party tomorrow at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock. You're excited as I am at Carol's party at 7 o'clock. So again, did I read that wrong? This is Kendall with Mary Kay, just checking to make sure that you're as excited about Carol's party tomorrow at 7 o'clock as I am. I have your customized swag bag ready for you. Here's a picture. So you take a picture, you send it to her, and so that she can see it. She can see her gift that she's going to get. Do you need directions? And if she says no, then not. But I would send in that text message the address, so that all she has to do is plug that into her GPS. Most people have a smartphone. All they need is your address or the address of the party. Her, if it's her house, she probably knows where she lives, right? But if it's somewhere different, you might want to plug in that address so that she can just put it in her GPS and she will have directions on how to get there. And directions. So that's what I would do. I would send a picture of the swag bag and I would send the address of where you're going to be. Does that make sense?
What does this note mean? It says take a pic of the swag bag with a blank name tag and add each of your guest name with a pic collage. What is that?
So I think there's apps that you can make a picture collage if you would rather do that instead. But for us, all you need to really do is take the picture of that swag bag, however you personalize it, or if you already have it done, you just take a picture of it with her name.
Okay.
And
I didn't know what a pic collage was. So.
Yeah, so you know how like Live Collage or Instagram, or you can.
Oh, I know all about
Yes,
that.
I know that you know. Yes, how to do all of that.
Because all these texting back and forth. No, Miss Carol gonna pick up the phone. I'm gonna call you.
Right. It's a lot
It's
easier.
taking me all day. one finger at a time.
Right. So if
Okay.
you prefer to call,
The
Then-
the initial is awesome. You know, break the ice, and then when
Yeah.
she says something, then I'm gonna pick up the phone and call.
so
her.
it's really recommended that you have two avenues.
Both Carol Lynn's are going to.
That's right. And so you may even want to email all of that. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
okay. I think the texting is awesome.
you
but-
just need to decide for you
Yeah.
what is
For
going to
all
work
those
for you.
questions, though, I think I'm gonna call
Right. So you can call them. Then
after the initial text.
you've got it in one phone. You've got it in one message. It's
Yeah.
quick and it's easy. So
Yeah.
you can even text her. When would be a good time for me to call you?
Yeah.
That way you can visit with her.
Well, she can text me. She can talk right then. So that's what I do.
Perfect. That's exactly right. I love it. I love it. Okay, so then the next thing is your guest list. So you're going to want to do this within 48 hours. You want to get the guest list within 48 hours, okay? You want her to invite her guests. You don't want her to invite her guests more than 10 days out. So if her party is not for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you do not want her sending all of this information out right then. The soonest that you really want her to send that out is probably 10 days. Okay, and then you can do some follow-up with reminders and that kind of thing. So there's a couple different, if you go to right after the Power Coaching Plan, and it talks about guest lists, you really want to try to get her to text this to at least 25 people. Because if she's texting this out to 25 people, do you think it's possible that you might have at least 5 people there?
Mhm.
Yeah, chances are you're going to have it 5, probably 10, right? And so if you have 10 confirmed guests and half of them show up, you now have at least how many guests at your party?
5.
Yeah, you want 5 guests.
We do a lot of math here.
We do a lot of math, yes, we do, and which you're gonna love. So, so you want to have 5 guests there because 5 plus the hostess is 6. That is a perfect party. And if you're doing 6 faces at a time, and you have 5 parties, that's 30 faces a month. Carol, 30 faces is magical. Tell us what happens when we do 30 faces.
It really boosts your business, and
The
it
reason-
can keep it going.
The reason
Long
I asked
time.
Carol is because her first 3 months, she did 30 faces. And she is reaping the rewards 6 years, 7 years later
7 years later.
from those first 3 months of doing 30 faces.
I'm so thankful.
Well, because she does she doesn't work a ton.
I'm not as consistent as I should be. So I get really motivated and I work really hard a couple months and then I don't. And then I work a little, yeah, I'm not as consistent as I should.
But if you do, can you imagine doing
I
30
know.
faces a month every single month, what that would do for your business?
Even if you don't make it, as long as you try.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's maximizing your time wisely. Yes, Terry.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, perfect.
I've had the past 2 weeks, 2 parties canceled.
Okay.
Okay, which the coaching has helped, but I kind of did some of this with them. They just
Some
don't return.
of it or
Well,
not.
I did I didn't send them a separate text, but I sent them the script and I actually, they did the fabulous name game.
Okay.
And they told me that most of their guests are on that.
So did you ask them, would you prefer that I invite them? Or would you prefer to invite them yourself?
I did not.
Okay.
I didn't ask one way or the other and.
I made this mistake.
Okay.
And I'm just going to share. So my hostess thought that I was going to be the one sending out the invites. I didn't know that. I went to follow up with everybody to see who was coming. And she canceled the party because they all said, well, they haven't heard from me. So my fault for not asking her.
Well, actually, because I did follow-up text to see if they had sent out the text.
Okay.
So I did do that. And the one sent out text. I don't know how many she sent out because she ended up having to cancel because she ended up going to the hospital with a family member like the night before or something. And somebody showed up, which I ended up facialing her anyhow. And then she was the other hostess that ended up canceling. And that leads me to my question. So I'm having a hard time. These guys are not answering my call. They're not really returning my text or anything. So when is it okay for me to start calling those names on that fabulous name game?
So there is a really great script that was sent out. Let me grab my phone really quick. For that exact thing. What were your people, were your hostesses very excited?
Just gonna introduce you.
Were your hostesses very excited about what they were gonna get for free?
Hey, this is Caroline.
They were,
This
one
is
one of
fine.
them was, actually, she was the one that was gonna be her party and kind of her training, because she was ready to sign up.
Okay,
But she didn't have any money. So, yeah, both of them, the one was very excited, the other one, yeah, she keeps telling me she wants to reschedule.
Okay.
But there's no nailing her down or anything, because she keeps putting me off.
so what I would do in that instance is I would say, I feel like I'm bothering you. If for some reason you have changed your mind and do not want to host a party to get free stuff, please just let me know. I don't want you to feel like I'm bothering you.
And that really works because I've done that to 2 people just this week, and they both, one was to Cammie, and they're like, "Oh no," I said actually Pester, which probably isn't the best choice of words,
That's
but
just your words.
but she's like, "Oh no, absolutely not." And then she went into this thing that she
Everything's
didn't feel well, that's why she
yeah.
didn't answer the phone and blah, blah, blah.
So there might be some real legitimate
Yeah,
excuses, there might be legitimate reasons, but if for some reason they've changed their mind, you just wanna know. You wanna know to either I wanna move on, or I wanna help you, and I want you to be my hostess and have a party. But if you don't, I wanna move on. I don't want to be in this turmoil. It's
Right.
turmoil, right? It's causing you, it's causing you to have some anxiety.
Let's break it.
And like, I don't
Yeah.
want her to think that I'm not doing my job, because I'm a good consultant and I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. I don't want her to think that I'm not.
Right.
But on the same sense, I don't want her to think I'm bothering her. I don't want her to think that I'm pestering her, or that I'm,
Harassing.
right, exactly.
I think it's okay though.
Yeah, so I think it's really good. Hey, I just want to make sure that you still want to do this, because if for any reason you've changed your mind, I certainly do not want to keep bothering you.
So do you think, because, I also don't want to be let on forever and ever.
Absolutely.
But
It's a bad
can I say
relationship.
something about that?
Mhm.
Because you never know until they say no.
Yep.
Because Caroline's mom, I have been trying to book her for a facial for 1.5 years, and she was just too busy. It just wasn't the right time. But I asked her, I said, if I'm bothering you, if you don't want to do it, that's okay. But I just kept on. So every couple of months, I would send her a little text.
So if you
Maybe
have
can move
names
her.
from them, you
So,
just be patient and you don't contact.
and now
So,
they're both consultants.
There is a script for that. Well, yeah, because she hasn't had a party.
Right.
So what you can say to her is, so let me get to that, because there is a really great script for when you have names and okay, so I can find it. So it goes something like this. You basically say to her, hey, you made that list of names, and I don't want to contact them. Or you can say something to the fact of, I just wanted to check and make sure it's okay to call them or contact them. And when I do, and they get bookings, or when you do it, then you'll get a $20 gift card from me, just for your referrals.
Okay.
That way, she's going to still get some free stuff, and then you're going to know if you can contact them. And if she still wants to have a party, she's going to say no, because I want them to be at my party, right? So you're going to know either way.
Okay.
Okay? That way, you can either contact them or not. I will find the exact verbiage and I will send it to you. I'm not exactly sure which Boxer it's on, so it would take me too long to find that.
And even if they say, oh, I want, maybe those guests to be at the party, you could say, we could do like a different type of party, like a pedicure party, or, kind of the, variation of something. So you can move forward
Well,
with their
once you
people.
start facial them, then you're gonna try to book them for parties,
Yeah,
and then they're
yeah.
done for Fatima's, or for my other party,
Yeah.
because they're gonna be their own hostesses, so.
Right.
And
I don't
they're kind
know
of
other
missing
kind of
out, yeah.
parties. Yeah.
Right. Well, so you just need
So
to
that
know
goes
where
a whole different area. And then you recruit them, and
Yeah.
then the other person.
you
wants
just need
find
to
out-
be able to proceed forward, one way or another, right?
Right.
One way or another. Okay. So the next thing is inviting the guests. We talked about how to invite the guests, sending the texting script. but there are other ways. So if you look on here, they really recommend that you have two methods of communication. So different methods of communication are mail, where you send out an invitation through the mail. But you know, our mail is not the greatest, and sometimes they get it and sometimes they don't. And especially if it's a little postcard,
Yeah.
it's very rare that they get it nowadays. I don't know why, but it's anyway. Another one is email. You can send out emails. Another one is making a Facebook event. If you do not know how to make a Facebook event, don't worry about it. Don't do it. Maybe your hostess does, but you can make a Facebook event. You can also do invites by text message, Boxer, or private Facebook message. And how you do that is you can do a picture collage, like they're talking about texting or posting to your hostess's Facebook. So you can do a picture of an invitation. You can have your hostess post it to her Facebook page, and then she can go and tag all of her friends. And so when she tags all of her friends, you can see who her friends are that she tagged, and you can go in and private message each one of them, just like the texting script, okay? So another way is by using Evite or Beauty Party Planner that is on Mary Kay InTouch. So there is a way on Mary Kay InTouch that you can send out invitations, e-card invitations on Mary Kay. The nice thing about that is with that, when you put in the address, it also gives them a way to click for them to go have directions on where to go. So that is also a very nice option for you. Then the next thing, pre-profiling guests. Pre-profiling is communication with your potential new customers, right? It's an opportunity for you to get to know these people. And when you call them, do you think that people like you or not when you make contact, verbal contact with them on the phone? I have to share with you, the company referred a lady to me, okay? Why did they refer somebody to me that went on the Mary Kay looking for a consultant?
You're Star Consultant.
Because I'm a Star Consultant.
Oh.
So the company, when you have product on your shelf and you are a Star Consultant, when people go searching for a consultant, the company refers them to you. So another reason to always be a star. Another reason to have product on your shelf, because the company knows that you're going to be able to service them. And so they will refer that person to you. So anyway, this lady contacted me, and I have to tell you, I'm a little bit leery sometimes when I get a new contact, because there's been a lot of scams, right? You have to be a little more cautious, and you have to make sure and protect your business and really know if this person's legitimate or whether it's a scam. So the company never gives out your phone number. They never give out your address. They never give out your email. What they do is they send an email through your Mary Kay web or your Mary Kay email. So I got this. I got her phone number. Her method of communication was text message. So I texted her and said, hey, I see that you have some interest in some lipsticks. Just wanted to touch base with you and let you know that I'm happy to help you. So then she texted me back. And then I called her. So once I heard her talk, I was put at ease, because super friendly. I knew I was going to like her just from the way she communicated on the phone. Does that make sense? And so what I'm talking about, when you pre-profile and you call people, you have an opportunity to connect with that person. And when you do that and you connect with somebody, do you think that that can make a difference whether they're coming to your party or not?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So when you call them, you want to have this in front of you. And the reason that I like to use this is because they're going to answer the rest of these questions anyway. So this is your profile. This is our little cheat sheet. Caroline, have you used this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Amy probably showed you last night how to
I filled it
utilize.
out myself. And
Perfect.
she also showed me yesterday.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know and have not seen or are new, this is our cheat sheet. So when you call them up, you're going to ask them a couple of questions. The first thing that you want to know is on number 2. Are they dry, oily,
Combination.
normal, or combination? Okay, and so then you're going to check that box. Then what might be another question that you're going to ask them? Remember I told you, are you sensitive? I'm not going to ask that question. If they're sensitive, do you think they're going to tell me? They're going to tell me. Do I want to bring up that subject? No, I do not want to bring up that subject unless, do I want them to think, do I have sensitive? I have sensitive skin.
Or will this
Yeah.
mess up my skin?
I mean,
Yeah.
exactly. So if they have sensitive skin, they're gonna tell me. I'm not gonna ask them that. But what I am gonna ask them is, okay, so they're gonna tell me normal, combination, or oily. And then I like to know, are you ivory, medium, or bronze skin tone? So I kind of have an idea. And then the last thing I'm gonna ask them is, Faye, do you have any specific concerns or problems with your skin or anything that you would like to learn when you come?
And I would say yes.
Okay, and what would you say to me?
My concern is, do you have a specific product for very, very oily skin?
For very, very oily skin. Oh my gosh. Say I've got the perfect product and I will show it to you when you come. So she has a concern and a problem with her skin. Very, very, very oily skin during the summer. So when I say to you, I have the perfect product for you, what's going to happen?
It's gonna pique her interest and she's gonna wanna come.
Yeah.
You notice that I did not tell her on the phone. You notice that I said to her, oh my gosh, I have the perfect product. I can't wait to share it with you.
And what is that perfect product you're gonna recommend?
So there's a lot of,
Just check.
so the oily skincare,
The oil
the oil mattifier, the beauty blotters,
What's the first one?
the oily skincare.
Yes.
The oil-free, the oil mattifier,
Uh-huh.
the beauty blotters,
Combination of oily or, okay.
depending on her skin, which I won't know
You'd have to
until
see
until she fills the rest of this out.
Okay.
But I'm going to make sure, I'm going to write a little note at the top of her profile.
But very oily.
Very oily skin, especially in the summer, okay? If I don't cover that during the skincare class, when I meet with her individually, do you think I'm gonna cover that? Absolutely, because she came because she wanted to know that question.
And if she's very oily, she's gonna bring it up during the skincare class.
Absolutely.
Because I'm extremely oily.
And if
I'm
you're brand
always looking
new,
for something.
like Caroline, and you're not really sure, you're gonna say that question anyway. Do you think you're gonna do some research before your party? Oh, yeah,
Amy.
you're gonna find,
Amy.
or you're gonna
Amy.
call Carol,
Yeah.
who's super, super oily, or you're gonna call Faye, who's,
Mhm.
and you're gonna say, hey, what products do you use? Right. So that you know and you're educated so that when that guest comes, you can be a professional consultant and you can take care of her needs.
And they like it also if you have a sensitive area or you have a concern, and then you meet somebody who has that same concern. They really like that, and they feel your sincerity that you really,
Right.
I absolutely get where you're coming from.
Or you may say, you
And
know
they
what?
really relate to you.
I totally understand that. We have a consultant in our unit who's super, super oily. And she, do you see what I'm
I'm
doing?
really hating too, girl, but my
And
skin is so hydrated. I'm
But do you
so
see,
well
do you see what I'm
prepared.
saying? You need to make sure that that person knows, number one, that you heard her and that you're going to answer that problem or concern that she has. And you're going to build trust with her. She is going to trust you. Okay? This lady that came only wanted a few lipsticks. I had my open house yesterday. So she came, and so I said, oh my gosh. So the lipsticks, did y'all go on my website to see what lipsticks are changing?
I saw that.
Okay,
I need
so
to print that off.
They're changing formulas.
Mhm.
And so there's a few lipsticks that are going, so I had them all.
I was shocked that Dusty Rose is on there. It's been on there
Really?
like
So,
forever.
I
Like my
don't think
grandmother
it's-
probably.
I don't
did
think
Dusty
it's
Rose.
going away. I'm guessing there's going to be a color similar to that in a new formula. is what I
And I'm
got.
super excited that there's some new lip liners, because
Oh.
if Dusty Pink doesn't come back, somebody's gonna get in trouble.
We have been, I think that we've been working on getting that. That's why we haven't had samples for a very long time. So I'm very, very excited about the new lip stuff. But anyway, what I'm saying is I had that all discounted, okay? And so she went through my discounted and I said, really? So have you tried skincare? Oh no, I'm allergic. I can't wear it. The moisturizer breaks me out. You know, so of course I'm getting all this at first. So then we're going through and then she starts asking me questions and I'm telling her about some of the products and I had my super secret special for my open house and told her all about that. Of course she had to have that. And so she loves the color and so anyway, by the time we were done, we had tried on color on her hands. So I'm like, oh, let's go do satin hands so we can clean your hand, and fell in love with satin hands and fell in love with the deep wrinkle filler and I sent her home with the repair set skincare sample and $120 later. And then today came for more, $38 more. And she's watching the video tonight. Okay, so you never know.
And if you just ease into it
Yeah.
by genuinely helping them and answering their questions and not being pushy, it all just works their way around, because then they kind of get a bond with you and they feel comfortable, and then it just comes up in conversation.
I built a relationship with her. I built her trust. I wasn't out to just sell her
Right.
anything and everything.
Right, and I think that's what they think when they very first
Right.
meet us. They think that.
And I wanted to help her. And so when I sent her home with a sample of the skincare, and she loved the deeper, and she tried stuff last night and played with, she loved it. Okay. I forgot her Into the Garden compact that I had at a discount. And so that's what we had to get back together for today. And then she's like, oh, I love that
Oh, darn,
mascara.
I forgot that, huh?
Yes. So when she came today, she has been a kindergarten teacher for 38 years. She told me yesterday that she absolutely is so tired of teaching, and if she could retire, she would, but she can't live off her retirement. So this is what I heard yesterday, right? So today, after we had built that relationship and she built that trust with me, I said to her, I said, you know, Sheila, I don't know if Mary Kay is anything you'd ever do in a million years, but you are so sweet and so likable. I think you'd be great. And she's like, oh, she goes, but I said, you know, I totally, it might not be for you, and that's okay, but would you watch this video and just see? You know, I just heard you yesterday say that you can't retire because of the income, and you know what? You can make great income with Mary Kay, and you could retire. So she's good. So when people know that you really genuinely care about them, like Carol said, it's not about the sale. It's about building a relationship. And so when you pre-profile your guests, you have the opportunity to start that relationship, to start that bond with that person and make a difference and make them want to come to the party. And then when they get there and you share, or you've done the research to find out what's going to be best for them, they appreciate that. And that loyalty begins. Okay. Okay. Any questions about pre-profiling? Yeah, you have a question.
No, actually, I was gonna talk about one other question I always start with.
Okay, yeah,
And
share with us.
I always like to know if they've actually tried Mary Kay before.
Yes, that's a good one.
And get what either their current, because I can't tell you how many times people have come to the party and they already have a Mary Kay consultant, first of all.
Okay.
So then that person shouldn't count as a guest, and then your hosted ends up with one short. And then I like to know what kind of experience she's had.
Really great question to make sure and ask. Did y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
So really great question. Thank you, Terry. That's fantastic. And then when you turn this, it tells you exactly what products are needed for that person. So it's kind of like your little cheat sheet. That's right there on the profile. So that way, when you pack or you take product to your party to sell, you've got the products that you need. You know, color, they'll wait for. Lipsticks, they'll wait for. Mascara, they'll wait for. But skincare, they want to go home with it that night.
And they need to go home with it.
And they need to go home with it that night.
Yeah.
Because
Women are notorious for, thinking, oh, not really.
Right, I don't really need it.
And
But
they're paying
if
bills,
it's
and
not,
like, oh
when they
God,
take it
they're like, yeah.
home,
Yeah.
then they try it that night.
Possession
Then
is
they're hooked.
9/10 of the law.
Absolutely.
They have
On the
it,
counter.
yeah. They have it, they want it.
Yeah.
They're gonna use it.
I don't feel like going back. I'm just
Exactly.
gonna keep that.
So,
Yeah.
when you pre-profile too, let them know, coach them. Because if the party starts at 7 o'clock and you say to them, hey, we're gonna start right on time at 7 o'clock. So we'll have an on-time drawing. So you might wanna come 5 or 10 minutes early. Because if you do that, do you think your parties are gonna start at 7 o'clock?
No, they're gonna start about 7:25.
Well, no, but.
If you,
Oh, no, you don't do that. I'm sorry.
I've never had that happen, no. But if you,
Sarah, sorry.
but if
It's a long
You-
social hour.
coach them and let them know, I'm gonna do an on-time drawing, we will start at 7 o'clock. If you're not there, you're gonna miss the most important part, and you probably won't be able to catch up. Do you think that you're gonna have them there on time? Yeah. And you want to start on time, because do you wanna be there for 2 hours?
No.
No, you want to have an hour party. You want out of there in an hour. And if you don't start on time, that is not going to happen. Okay? So you've got to let them know what to expect, when you're going to start, when they need to be there. How many of you have not done that and your parties have been 4 hours?
I've had it before.
Amy will tell you, right?
Turns
Okay.
into
And
a
it's really
party.
good, even in the flip
It
chart, when
turns
you're
into
doing
like
your
a whole
parties,
day.
Party, yeah.
they love you to give a little agenda to tell them, this is what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna do this, and that way they know.
And wrap up with this.
Right. They have that expectation and then they know, right?
Yes.
So it's a really, really good thing. Then confirming your yes. So before the party, you want to contact them again, the ones that have not given you a commitment that they're going to be there. And like I said, those ones that have not texted you back or have not, that's on her list, you're gonna want to check with them and see if they're going to come. There is a checklist on here for you to be able to know, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. Because when you do all of those things, you're gonna have a fantastic party. Any party worth booking is worth coaching, so that you will have a great party. Does anybody have any questions about that? Nope? Okay, we're gonna go on to the next part, and that is after you have coached your hostess, then what is gonna be the next thing that's gonna happen? You're gonna send out pictures, you're gonna show them the goodie bag or their swag bag, what they're gonna have, you're gonna put those together, you're gonna have them, you're gonna pack for your party, you're gonna have the products to be able to sell because you've pre-profiled, you know what products they're gonna have, and then you're gonna set up and be ready for your party. And when,
Oh my gosh, it's not Rhonda, she sent
I'm
that
like,
about
whoa.
8 at a time, but boy.
my little one, so, okay, so the next thing is the party. And when you have the party, you need to have in mind, you need to have what it is that you want that party to do. Have a goal. I'm gonna sell this much, I'm gonna book these many parties, and I'm going to interview this many people. You need to kind of have an idea of what you want that party to do for you. And who is your business partner at that party? The hostess. Who is your best potential team member? The hostess. Because she is the person that's helping you. She's really helping herself. And if you let her know, hey, this party is all about you. It's not about me. It's about you. How we can get you the most free stuff possible. And when it's not about you and it's about her, she's going to work harder to make sure that that party is a success. Okay? So when you have that party, and I always use Carol as an example with her jewelry parties, because she has 15 to 20 people who attend her jewelry parties every time she has one. And the reason is because of how she invites her guests. She's enthusiastic. She's excited. She tells them, hey, I just want you to come. We're going to have a great time. You don't have to buy anything. There's no expectation as far as them purchasing. She just wants them to be there because them being there, she gets free stuff. And so you want your hostess to be the same. You want them to be excited. How you teach her, how you know, if she's doing the text message, the verbal communication doesn't really matter. But if she's calling them, how she invites them and her excitement will make a huge difference on whether they attend or not. Because if it's not about her, and if it's not about her excitement and
It's just some fun girl time.
yeah,
Just
girls
come
day
have some
out, girls night out, have fun, just come. I get credit just for you being there. Okay? And so she doesn't know how to invite people. How is she going to know how to invite them?
You're going to tell her.
You've got to tell her. You have got to share with her what to say. So if she's going to call them, and you need to let her know that her excitement, her enthusiasm is going to make a difference whether they come or not. Okay? So you have to teach her what to say, how to say it. Okay. So then you're going to follow up a couple days prior to, and you're going to let her know who has texted you back, who you've talked to, who you have on your list of who's coming, and you're going to ask her, have you heard from anyone else? Has anybody contacted you that maybe hasn't contacted me? So you're going to go through that list of her names and figure out how many people you have confirmed that are coming. If you have 15 people confirmed, how many people are going to be there? Yeah, about 7. I always count on half of who's confirmed. So if I have 10 people confirmed, I know probably 5 people are going to be there. I'll set out places for 8, but I really only plan on 5 people. Okay, so if there's more people, you just hurry and get more mirrors out. Okay, anyway, so now let's talk about, where are we as far as time goes?
It's 7.
Oh, so we're done. So next week we are going to talk about the party. We're going to talk about going into all the details of the party. So what I want you to do this week is I want you to first of all get on the phone, because if you do not get on the phone and make phone calls, you have no idea if this works, right? I want you to experience, and I don't care if that's 3 phone calls a day. I don't care if that's 5 phone calls a day. I don't care if that's 10 phone calls a day, but I want you to make the phone calls. Commit. How many phone calls are you committed to making a day?
Well, 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many realistically will you make?
Like today I made 5.
Okay, so you made 5 phone calls today. Perfect. Terry, how many are you committed to doing per day? 5. Amy, how many phone calls are you committed to doing each day?
Oh, 10 to 20.
Okay, 10 to 20. How many are you committed to doing? And I know it's difficult for you to make those phone calls.
Yeah.
So I want you realistically to tell me what you're committed to doing.
I put 10 names on my list, and some days I don't even get to my list. That's the problem.
Why is that?
I don't know.
What's keeping you from doing
I
it?
don't know.
Is it because there's 10 names and you go, I can't make those 10 phone calls, so why even try?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
That's why I'm saying,
Break it down.
realistically,
Maybe I should put 5
Okay.
on each page.
perfect. And I promise you, 5 phone calls will take you 10 or 15 minutes. It does not take a lot of time. If you do not take this book with you,
Wherever I go. Yeah, 'cause I'm
wherever
gonna
you
be sitting
go,
somewhere tomorrow for like an hour. So
Right.
like, if it's at home.
I love
yeah.
watching Terry pull up, because I see her sit in her car and I know she's out there making phone calls before she comes into meeting. And so I would encourage you to take this book with you everywhere. Even if you don't get to it, you have it with you.
Mhm.
If you might have 5 minutes here or 10 minutes here that you could do 1 or 2 or 3 phone calls, and then you've only got 1 or 2 more to do.
Right.
But what I want you to do is I want you to commit to something. 1, 3, 5, 10, whatever it is, but do it and be consistent. Because what happens is you do this. I make 10 phone calls, I do nothing. I make 3 phone calls, and then I do nothing. And what happens is that lack of consistency does not bring you any results. You have to be
No,
consistent.
you feel bad about it. You're like, I haven't done anything.
You feel
yeah,
guilty.
You're like, what? Yeah.
You feel
like-
guilty.
Yeah.
This program, if you do it, you will have no guilt. So 5 phone calls, and if you find yourself not doing 5 phone calls, then do 3. But do them consistently every day. Caroline,
Right now I have no cell reception in my full-time job or at home.
Okay.
So I'm gonna find a place to do it. But I did 3 last night.
okay, perfect.
I'm gonna try and do 5 to 10.
Not try. How many are you gonna do? Okay, I'll do 7. Okay.
She said 7.
And I want you to figure out whether it's somebody's phone that you need to borrow, whether it's you need to go to a payphone, whether you, whatever it is.
Where is a
Hey,
payphone?
phone.
Like the work source, they got free phones.
So,
Yeah.
getting a prepaid cell phone, whatever it is that you've got to do to take care of whatever that problem or that issue is, take care of that. Figure it out, okay? And then make that commitment.
Yeah, I'll just come over. I'll go to your house.
Yes, Carol, how many are you gonna
Five.
commit?
You know,
5 phone calls. Okay, so I want you to text me right now what you just committed to. And I'm gonna follow up with you.
I did text you today. I followed
No,
up.
I did.
One at 9 o'clock on my phone.
I know, I saw that. I was
Between-
really proud of
between
you.
the 5.
I was proud of you. We'll chat,
That's why I
we'll chat about
chose
that.
7.
Okay,
Between 5 and 10.
I really am proud of each of you for being here. What was your takeaway tonight? Did you learn anything? What was your takeaway?
more of the coaching, like, you know, the communication, with your hostess, you know, just communication with her, the organization of actually getting the people to the party.
Okay, perfect. Caroline, your takeaway.
Oh, a lot. All of the party stuff. I have a party for next week,
So this is perfect.
so that's what I'm excited about. Definitely the coaching. That's
Excellent.
something I'm gonna work on.
Carol, your takeaway.
Really working with your hostess, getting her super excited so that she can convey that to her friends. Perfect.
Get on the phone, go on your job, get on the phone.
Getting on the phone every day, being consistent. Excellent. Terry.
I like the, just the little extras you can go into coaching. The extra text with the hostess
Emergency.
and working with the hostess.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Next week, summer school week 5, and really proud of you guys for being here. So see ya, everybody. I hope you learned. Hope you had a great night. Say bye to everybody.
Bye, especially Terry, because she and Faye are who's on camera. Wait, bye, Terry.
Bye.